Hello there, and welcome to the series Topics in Audio Processing and Music Technology. I am Renato, the instructor for this series, and today we're going to start a series inside a series, and it's the basics of room acoustic simulation using Python. In this first tutorial, I'm just going to run an example of how to simulate a room impulse response using a Python library without going into the details of the concepts and the code used, just so we have an idea of what we're doing. And on the sequence of these tutorials, or other tutorials will come about the basics of room acoustic simulation using Python, and there we will discuss the concepts involved and also the code that we're using. We're going to use a Python package that's called PyRoomAcoustics. PyRoomAcoustics is a package aimed at the rapid development and testing of audio array processing algorithms. And at the core of the package is a room impulse response generator based on the image source model that can handle convex and non-convex rooms, and also 2D and 3D rooms. So if you're not familiar with room impulse response, we are going to take a look at the room impulse responses in the future tutorials, and also the image source model. We will also discuss this in future tutorials. So here at the read the docs, you find the link here, pyroomacoustics.readthedocs.io. Here you find the documentation with also examples and how to install, for example. So we can install it with pip. This is what we are doing next. We're installing pip install PyRoomAcoustics. Take some time and then we can use this package. So here, as we mentioned, we have room simulation, and then on a high level, a simulation is created by defining a room, and then we can add sound sources and microphones array. And we can also attach some raw audio samples to the source, and then we can play it back as if we would be in this room, and then we also can listen to the audio as if we were in this room. So the simulation method is used to create this artificial room impulse response between sources and microphone, and by default the method used is the image source, which considers the walls as perfect reflectors. There is also an hybrid simulator based on the image source model and ray tracing. Ray tracing better captures the later reflections and can also model effects such as scattering. So, during this tutorial today, we are not going to look at the image source method or ray tracing. We're just going to create a room. We are going to add a source and a microphone in the room. We are going to generate a room impulse response. We can also calculate from the room impulse response the reverberation time of the RT60, and we will play some audio file and listen as if we would be in this room. So basically this package will convolve our audio with the room impulse response, and we will have this result of the convolved file. We will use shoebox shaped room in 3D. We use the image source method, and then it will find all image source up to a maximum specified order. So when we create this shoebox room model, we define also an order, how many image sources we will have, and we will add some microphones, some sources. We'll create the impulse response, and we'll simulate the sound propagation. We will first import Python packages. We will import PyRoomAcoustics at PRA. For playing back audio, we are going to use the IPython display as IPD, and then there is this IPD.audio where we can play back audio. We can also use Librosa. Maybe later we will import some audio files and play it back, simulate the room using this audio files. We also use Matplotlib, PyPlot as PLT. So as I mentioned before, during this tutorial today, we're not going to cover topics such as room, impulse response, or image source methods. We'll just run an example, and later, the next tutorials, we're going to discuss the code and also the concepts that are used. So first, we will create a room. There are different ways how we create a room. This time we will give a room dimensions. So we will have a large room so we can really notice the reflections and have a room impulse response that we can listen to, and we will understand the difference between audio that's played back by the source and the audio that is captured by this microphone in this simulation. So I chose here a room that's 10 meters by 10 meters by 10 meters. And here we have this shoebox, and it takes this room dimensions, it takes a sampling frequency and also the maximum order. So this shoebox is a class that provides an API for creating a shoebox room in 2D or 3D, and it takes many parameters and also give the absorption of the walls. Now is deprecated, and we can choose materials, so we can give the materials coefficients of absorption and scattering for the walls. We choose the order that is going to use by the model. We can also define here the sources and the microphones. We are going to do it in a different step where we will add sources and microphones to the room. Here's the materials I mentioned before. We can also give it certain temperature, a humidity, and the air absorption. To define it, to set it to true or false. So we're having here all the defaults. We're just defining a different order. So we're using order of 10. The default is 1. Sampling frequency by default is 8 kilohertz. We're using 16. We're not giving any temperature, humidity for this, and it will use some conventional temperature. And with temperature and humidity, we can also calculate the speed of sound. And when we don't give any values, it will use some default, but we're going to discuss these details later in other tutorials. So now we created the room using this shoebox, and we can plot this room, and we have this nice cube here, 10 by 10 by 10. So to have an impulse response of the room, we also need to put there a sound source that it will be in a certain position, and also a microphone. So this is what we're doing the next step. We have a room defined here, and we'll add a source, and I'll choose the position of the source and also add a microphone, and I also choose the position of the microphone. So here's our source. So it's let's say that the room starts here. So we have a source at the beginning of the room, 2 meters from this wall, and we have a microphone 8 meters from this wall or 2 meters from this wall. So what will mean that the source will play some sound, and the sound will reflect in all the holes depending on the method we're going to choose and the order of the model that we choose. There will be these reflections will be modeled somehow. So in our case is the image source model that basically will treat some reflections as image that are mirrored. For example, so we have this sound will go here, it will reflect here, and we go here. So it is as if we had, for example, an image that is here, the plane of this wall, and it would be here, for example, and it would play sound from here. But we are going to cover these details in the next tutorial. After we define the position of our source and our microphone, we can compute the image sources. Remember that here we defined the order of our model of 10, and here we can plot now the image sources and also our room with our microphone and our source. So for example, if I use, this is just a visualization. The order was defined here, and here I can just visualize. For example, if I have order 0, then I will just have my source and my microphone. But the order 1, now I have, this is the source, but I have an image here, image here, an image here, an image here, and an image here, and an image here. This is the order equals to 1, and have order equals to 2, for example. So now we have more image sources here. For example, we can reach it to the maximum order, which is 10. And we have a room and a lot of image sources here. There are other ways how to create a room, but for this example, we are going to use this shoebox model. Now let's go back to the order of 1. This is just the visualization. It will not influence our results. The results are influenced if we change the maximum order here. So we have a room, we have our source and our microphone. We also create our image sources according to the order we defined. So now we can compute the room impulse response. So we call room.compute room impulse response, and we can also plot. So we have the room impulse response, microphone 0 and source 0. So if we could also add more sources and more microphones, we can create a microphone array and a source array, and then there will be an impulse response from every microphone and every source. From this impulse response, we can compute the reverberation time. A very important value is the RT60, so the reverberation time 60 dB. And we have this convenient PyRoomAcoustics experimental measure RT60. We give it a room impulse response, room also the sampling frequency, which we defined here when we created the room. We can also use different sampling frequencies, and here we are plotting the graph, and it's calculating the RT60. So later on we will go into the details on how it's calculating this RT60 from the impulse response. And now we have our room impulse response for this source and these microphones at these positions. So what we can do is we can simulate. So we can have an audio file that is going to be played by this source at that position, and we will capture using this microphone, and we can listen to it. So another facility that this library has is that we have some data sets, and later on I will show which data sets are available. One of them is the Google speech commands. If you follow my tutorials, you'll see that we've used this Google speech commands in other tutorials for recognition of speech commands using TensorFlow or using PyTorch. And here we are loading this data set. Here are all the classes available at this data set. So I'll pick one. It's a command. I'll choose Go. So here they also have a way of filtering. So I want to select word Go. Now filter all these audio files that are Go. I'll have one audio sample for the Go. And here we are using now LibRosa to display this waveform of this audio file that is that's saying Go here, and we can listen to it.
Go, go, go.
So we listen that a woman saying Go. So now I am here, room, sources, source 0. I have just one source. There is this attribute signal. So I'm applying this signal to this source. I'm and this source will play this go in my simulation. So when I simulate the room, and I define so the signal took from this data set, and now I'm defining that this source will be attached, this signal will be attached to the source, and when I simulate the room, so I have this go, and now I can also, the simulated propagation would be, this is the result.
Go.
So basically what they're doing is to convolve this signal with this impulse response. This impulse response is simulating all the reflections in this room. Of course, we could have different absorption coefficients. We could assign different materials to each wall, some different absorption indexes and different scattering indexes. We have much more to do with this library, but for today, we're just having a quick look how we can create a room, add sources and microphones, get the room impulse response, get the RT60, simulate the room with some audio files, and we can
Go.
So you clearly notice the difference between the original
Go.
and this simulated propagation. That's it for today. In the next tutorial, we are going to start investigating these functions that we are using and also the concepts like the image source method, the RT60 room impulse response, and I see you next time.